Hi, we're out here at Teamco in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I have Chris. He's one of the senior installers out here at Teamco. And we've got here a brand new 2021 Freightliner CNG powered water service truck going into one of the cities here in Southern California. We're just going to talk real quick about the new Bantam Pro. And Chris, what do you think? You do a lot of wiring and a lot of lights. We'll take some pictures of all the lights on this thing here in a second.
The outsource board here in the back is pretty much the same as the old sPOD system. I mean, everything is pretty much... Is the key off?
Key's off.
Oh. Well, turn the key on. But the board back here is the same. The Bantam, what I like most is actually the motherboard system of it for the installation. The smaller size makes it a lot more compatible for getting it into a sealed location underneath the hood, where last time it was a lot of figuring and how you were going to mount it with the bigger board. And it seems like this one is doing the exact same thing with the smaller board. The smaller size always helps. You can still get anywhere from an 8-gauge wire up into the board. I mean, anywhere the 8, 10, 12-gauge wires that you need, even with that smaller size. So that helps a lot as an installer. But everything else, I mean, seems the Cat 5 cable seems to be the same. I mean, it just everything's actually really slick with that.
From the old way of wiring with relays, what do you figure this thing saves you in time if you're wiring like 6 or 8 circuits in?
For time, hours. With what I like the most about it is with the power wire, with every circuit needing its own ground. Like in the old school relay wiring and stuff like that, you'd pull one big ground and series everything. So if you have an issue come up later in the day where you don't have a light working, but it's also grounded with like your fans or anything else, it's hard to diagnose where that ground went bad. But now with this sPOD system, you have your own ground, your own power for each system. You know exactly where that issue is at. You know which system is part of it. So having it split up like that, yeah, it's an extra wire here and there, or whatever. But when you're already pulling the wires, the time's already there. So that one extra wire doesn't do a whole lot. But in the field, figuring out where your issue lies is what I love about it.
Quicker for diagnosing than if you have a problem that goes wrong. I'm going to pause it right here. We're going to go take a look at the actual Bantam unit that's where everything wires into. Okay. So we're back up here at the front of the truck now, and this is just the BantamX. And this is the new metal cover, by the way. It's no longer a plastic cover. And it gives you the nice layout for what each circuit is, and the low power cutout or low voltage cutout, ignition on circuitry. And Chris, what do you think of the inside of this thing?
See, and that's the whole thing. It's nice and compact, small, but yet you can still see I was able to get 8-gauge wires ran up in nice and tightly, which is unheard of in an operating system like this. So, and the nice thing about this is once you get this sPOD hooked up to your Bluetooth on your phone, we actually went in and set all these circuits to right where we wanted. The old ones, you were set 25 amps, 30 amps, whatever circuit was what, and now we have like our indoor bed lights, they're only pulling 4 amps. So I mean, we set it at 6 amps just to get that 20% coverage. When you can go in and change that and protect your wires, not so much the lights themselves, but to protect your wires is huge for a guy like me.
Yeah, and that's all done through the Pro app.
The Pro app, yep.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And then this, of course, on this particular unit, we saw the controller in the back of the truck, and up here in the dash, I'm gonna crawl up in here real quick, but this works kind of like a 3-way hallway switch. So we've got another controller, and this is actually the touch screen here. Let's see if they're powered up or not. I don't know if we're powered up. There we are. So you can see the same switches we had in the back are also all powered up here. So we've got our street side flood, rear flood, curbside floods, pole light, puddle light, strobe light, alley lights, and interior cabinet lights. You can also see down here what your current voltage is on the batteries. So really nice. It's all done on a RAM mount, which is a really high quality way to mount something. And we really like this system. And will you be using this again for your stuff, Chris?
Oh, yes. This is the modern way, and this is what a lot of guys are going to. Some guys are scared of DC wiring, and when you get into a CAN bus system, they're pretty afraid of it at first, the old farmer guys and stuff like that. But once they see it operational on a big city truck like this, they're really intrigued. And for the money, I mean, you can't beat it.
We appreciate it, Chris. Thank you so much.
You got it.